Hi, my name is Beth, and in 2018, I was diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri, also known as increased intracranial hypertension or idiopathic increased intracranial hypertension. I went into the eye doctor for a routine eye exam, and I had been having headaches and brief episodes of blindness, so they wanted to run some more tests. Found out that I had swelling in both of my optic nerves. And because of that, I was told that I needed to go to the emergency room immediately to rule out anything like a stroke or anything like that. So I went into the ER, and later on that night, I was told I would need a spinal tap, but I needed to go to a different hospital in Tyler, Texas, where they could do a X-ray guided spinal tap, and they felt that that would be a better option for me. So my experience with that is basically I couldn't eat anything or drink anything after midnight. I had a little bit of nerve medicine to calm me down, and basically they laid me out on the X-ray table, flipped over. I was lying on my stomach. They had me remove my clothes where they could see my back. Um, and then basically they inserted a numbing needle full of lidocaine, and of course it hurt. I'm not gonna lie, it hurt. Um, and then they next thing they did was they inserted another needle that actually drew out the spinal fluid. And I was told not to move because, if you move, there's all kinds of risk associated with the procedure. You could become paralyzed and all of that stuff. So I was, yeah, really, really freaking out. And so I didn't move. Um, Although, even with the lidocaine, it still did feel very uncomfortable. Um, I did have an elevated opening pressure, and they did a angiogram that day as well, and I was told that might have a blockage in my right transverse sinus, and they wanted to investigate that further. So they started me on Diamox, and I went in to have a venogram and angiogram, and of course all of those were indicative of pseudotumor cerebri. And so after the spinal tap, you have to lay on your side for 4 hours. You can't move or anything like that because it could cause a spinal leak, like a spinal fluid leak, or something like that. And it can also increase your risk of getting a spinal tap headache, which is not good either. And so, yeah, that's basically my story with being diagnosed with pseudotumor cerebri. And that pretty much, for that part, it pretty much sums it up.